Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, dear viewers. So we received a question of Fatwa department regarding the significance and the virtues of the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah and some of the rulings pertaining to these particular days. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing three important rulings about the 10 days of the Hijjah, which people most frequently ask about. The first is the obvious, which is the virtues of the 10 days of the Hijjah. Now, this has been established in numerous authentic narrations and it's been accepted across all the four madhabs that the 10 days of the Hijjah are considered to be the most significant and the most virtuous of the days throughout the year. So there is a famous hadith reported by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu in Sunan al-Tirmidhi with an authentic chain, that where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ma min ayyamin ahabbu ila Allahi an yuta'abbada fiha min ashri dhil hijjati ya'dilu siyamu kulli yawmin bi siyami sanatin wa qiyamu kulli laylatin minha bi qiyami laylatil qadri." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that there are no days that are more beloved to Almighty Allah in which the servant worships Him than the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, i.e. referring to the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, in which that fasting on one day equates to fasting the entire year, and standing the night of standing during each of these nights is equivalent to standing Laylatul Qadr. Now, just a point question I want to answer here is that we are told that the last 10 days of Ramadan are considered to be the most virtuous of days throughout the whole year. But yet this hadith suggests that the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah are known to be the most virtuous of the days throughout the whole year. The answer to that is, as the ulama mentioned, the reconcile, is that the last 10 days of Ramadan are referring to the virtues of the nights. So the nights of Ramadan, the nights of the last 10 days of Ramadan are considered to be the most virtuous of nights throughout the whole year. Whilst the 10 days of the Hijjah, it is the days which are considered to be the most virtuous of days throughout the whole year. So the last 10 days of Ramadan, which are to be known as the virtuousness, is referring to the nights, whilst the 10 days of Ramadan, 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, it is referring to the virtuousness of the days itself. This is just one of the interpretations that the scholars have given. So that's the first point of the 10 days of Ramadan. Now, in this time, during these first 10 days, there is a specific day that the Prophet ﷺ emphasized that we should fast, and we should fast here. And because fasting on that particular day, the Prophet ﷺ not only did he observe it, but the Prophet ﷺ he also emphasized that for people to observe a fast on that day, and which is fasting on the day of Arafat. Fasting on the day of Arafat, which is the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. And the Prophet ﷺ said, and is reported by Qatada, again in Sunan al-Tirmidhi, where the Prophet ﷺ said, "Siyamu yawmi Arafata, inni ahtasibu ala Allahi an yukaffira sanata allati ba'dahu wa sanata allati qablahu." The Prophet ﷺ said that fasting on the day of Arafah, then verily I hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He will expiate the sins of the following year as well as the sins of the previous years. In other words, just fasting on this day alone, on the night of Arafat, the Prophet ﷺ said, you get two bonuses. Number one is that the sins of the previous year will be forgiven, and the sins of the following year will be forgiven. Now, the ulamas do add this caveat that this is referring to the minor sins only. This does not include the major sins or those sins that relate to other servants. So if you've wronged anybody, if you've exploited another person, then fasting, or if there's any rights that are due upon you towards them, then those sins are not included in this. It's only referring to the minor sins in of themselves. So what we understand here, that fasting on the 9th of Arafat, it is a sunnah. It is a sunnah fast. So when you're fasting on this day, then you make the intention that this is I'm observing a sunnah fast, and inshallah you will receive those reward. Now, who is this applicable to? This is only applicable to non-hajis. For those people who are not doing hajj, who are not performing hajj, then this hadith applies to them. Otherwise, those people who are already stationed at the plain of Arafat at that time, then they do not fast. They just engage in other worship. They do not fast on this day. There are many reasons the ulama scholars have given, but nevertheless, that fasting on the 9th of Arafat is only applicable to people who are not performing hajj. Now, the last ruling, which many people ask, is about clipping the nails. Now, for those people who are not performing hajj, so people like you and me, for example, we're not performing hajj, what about these first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, are we allowed to clip our nails and are we allowed to remove bodily hair? Now, there's a hadith about this, reported from Sayyidina Salama radiallahu anha, reported in Sahih Muslim, where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إِذَا دَخَلَ الْعَشَرُ وَأَرَادَ بَعْضُكُمْ أَنْ يُضَحِيَ فَلَا يَأْخُذَنَّ شَعْرًا وَلَا يُقَلِّمَنَّ ظُفْرًا. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when the first 10 days of the Hijjah enter, and either of you intend to do qurbani, in other words, you make the intention to do qurbani, then he should not pluck his hair, neither clip his nails. He should not pluck his hair, neither clip his nails. So there's a Sahih hadith about this, that where the Prophet ﷺ is giving instructions and guidance to those people who intend to do qurbani, for those who are non-hajis, then they should not pluck their hair, bodily hair, neither to clip their nails. Now, what type of injunctions is this? The ulamas and scholars, particularly in the Hanafi madhab, is that this is a mustahab command only. It is a mustahab command, which means that this is a recommended act. It is not an obligatory act. So even if somebody does clip the nail, or if someone just does pluck their hair, then there is no sin on this. But why did the Prophet ﷺ give this instruction to begin with? Is because, as the scholars mention, is so that we can imitate the people of Hujjaj. Therefore, this is a mustahab command. So I hope this video benefited you. Jazakumullah khair for listening. Be sure to like, subscribe and share this video for Sadaqah Jariyah, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.